We're recommending people buy products in which they already have too many, to buy more things to also not finish. It is irrelevant how good something is or how much of a bestseller it is. Irrelevant if you do not need it. I do not care how good the Hourglass palette is. I don't care how nice of a formula the Valentino blush is. I don't care if the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip products are amazing, best on the planet. I don't care because your bank account doesn't care and your credit card company doesn't care how nice they are if you can't afford it. Nothing in the Sephora sale is worth debt. The Sephora sale is starting next week, and out of both of the sales that they have in a year, it's always the fall one that really gets people going. And one of the reasons for that is because of all of the kits and sets that start appearing in the fall time that are just not available during the spring sale. The deals aren't really better. You still get 10, 15, or 20% off depending on your tier, but the hype for the VIB sale is unmatched in my opinion. The fall hype is unmatched, I should say. And because the hype is so real for the Sephora sale, folks started posting videos, TikToks, starting like early October about all the things they want to buy and all the things that they want to recommend you buy during the Sephora sale. So today we are going to be watching TikToks from different creators on different stuff that they are recommending to you in the Sephora sale. The setup for this video is going to be very similar to my Amazon must-have videos where we're going to watch some TikToks. I have sourced a bunch. We'll see how many we get through today, but I've sourced a bunch of TikToks, and we're going to hear how people talk about products, how and why they're making recommendations, and then I'm going to be talking about it. I'm going to be talking about the language that they use and how they talk about products, but I'm also going to be talking about how you might be influenced by what you're hearing and what you're seeing. And sometimes in these videos, creators aren't doing great stuff, but also sometimes we're influenced because of how we come to a video and what we might want from a video itself or from products, and maybe we're excited. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start off on a TikTok. And the reason why it's going at the top of the video is for some of the language, but also because hot, popular sets. So let's get into it.
We're here and the Sephora sale is coming up. So here are the best holiday sets that I think are at Sephora currently. Starting off strong with a very fan favorite product. These are the Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balms. These are so good if you've never tried them, and you're getting 3 of these. These are honestly probably my favorite flavors / shades. I love the mint one, and the red is so perfect for the holidays, and the pink sugar is like, you can always use that. Separately, if you're more of a neutral girly, you can get these 3 little mini ones for $25, which is such a good deal. I honestly haven't even gone through a whole one of these, even though I use them all the time. I mean the big ones. So I feel like the minis are better, and that way you get to try more. I have this set and I'm obsessed with it. This is Say's new limited edition blush shade that you're getting in that. It is this beautiful watermelon shade. I feel like this would be really good for darker skin tones too. It's very pigmented. And I don't remember the last time I went through an entire blush. So you're getting basically 3 blushes for $30. If you've never tried these liners, just honestly get these. They last forever, and this is my favorite one. It's Endless Cacao, which is
one of the first sentences out of her mouth was, "These are the best sets currently at Sephora." I initially had a different concept for this video, and this was a point I was going to mention, and I was like, this is going to come up organically. Somebody is going to say this or something like it. We're going to hear it again later in the video. I'm just going to mention it one time. These videos are recommendation videos. They are not review videos. We're not hearing anybody review anything here. We have a couple of TikToks that get close, people talking about their favorite products, but somebody still saying that this is a favorite product is still not a review. I just generally speaking, and I'm sure there are exceptions to the rule, but generally speaking, I do not like recommendation videos. I think that the mindset that they encourage is click on this video to find things to want. And recommendation videos are so popular and have been for so long. They are a video that people come to expect. And they're one of the ways that excitement over the sale happens. And people go clicking through these videos looking for things to want, looking for the best deals. If you already don't know what you want, you shouldn't be going to these videos for recommendations. And also people shouldn't be giving blind recommendations to other people. And I think what's really common is to use these recommendations to build a wish list. If you didn't know that you needed a certain product before a video, then you still don't need it after. And the reasons why you want to buy it are largely things besides need. It's mostly desire related or excitement related. And so people build carts and wish lists because they're excited about products that they're seeing in these videos. I've also heard people say, well, if I'm looking for a new blush as an example, I could find one in one of these videos. True to an extent, but I still think you're better off or you're better served by going into a blush review video or somebody comparing different blushes or different formulas. I've seen a ton of videos out there. People will review a specific color or category of blush for a specific skin tone. So let's say pink blushes for light skin or fair skin, pink blushes for deeper, darker skin tones. And then they'll swatch a whole bunch of stuff. That is way more useful information because that video is intended to give you value. Sephora recommendation videos are not reviews. They are a here are things to buy video. And I don't think that these videos serve much of a purpose beyond here are things to buy, fanning flames of excitement. A lot of things get pitched as great for the holidays, like some of the colors mentioned in this video, like that red lippy. However, the holidays happen for like a month, maybe two. And then the rest of the year are not the holidays. And so buying something specifically for the holidays is a really, really narrow window of time. It's a really narrow use case. So will you actually wear the lipstick that you think is great for the holidays or the blush you think is great for the holidays outside of the holidays? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I think if you're watching these videos, you probably already have an interest in makeup. And so that probably means you already have a selection. How much selection is going to vary on the person. But do you really need to bring in another product that is specifically for a 1 to 2 month other period on top of all the other things you have? And so if you like a product, oh, it's great for the holidays. I think it's important to think about, will you wear it outside of the holidays? Is it yes? And perhaps it's a good buy. If no, perhaps it's not a good buy. Another kind of way that these kits have been pitched is that you get a lot of product. She says in this video, I don't know the last time I finished a blush. And also those Summer Fridays lip tubes or the lip gloss kind of stuff. They're so big, like she used them for ages and she still hasn't gone through them. I think a lot of people with blush, they don't really finish blushes, especially with like cream blushes. I know the Rare Beauty blushes, there's so much product in it. There's a lot of blush out there that comes with a ton of product. So she says, I don't know the last time I finished a blush. And I think she's not alone in this. I think a lot of people own more blush than they could ever finish. I'm one of those people. I still have a ton of blush. I personally haven't purchased blush in over a year, might be 2 years at this point. Still have so much freaking blush. And also, by the way, in my opinion, the threshold of the amount of blush that you could own and also finish is super narrow. It's probably for a lot of people between 2 and 5 blushes to finish them before they expire. And so I think it's really easy to own a lot of blush that you would never finish. So if she is experiencing this herself, and also if she knows that this is for a lot of people, we're recommending people buy products in which they already have too many to buy more things to also not finish. I get where she's coming from and saying that like, there's a lot of value here. There's so much product here. Like, yes, it's a great value, but I overall don't think recommending people to buy stuff they're not going to use or finish is a great recommendation. And so I think when you see stuff promoted like this, or you see people excited about categories of products in which you already own a lot, I think that we need to check our stash first. And that's not something that these recommendation videos are going to do. And I also think that a lot of these videos promote a more is more mentality. You know, all these lip sets, you could try more. We're not even thinking about whether or not we could finish it. And I also don't really personally feel like not finishing my makeup is a flex. Having so much makeup that I just like couldn't finish it all, or that like you get so much product in these products that you couldn't finish them. Well, then you also don't need 3 of them. Buying stuff you're not going to use because it's a great price, is that really how you want to spend your money? Yeah, and I think a lot of this comes down to, why would you not want more? If you have a lot of a product already, whether that's blush or lipstick, you do not need to bring in more stuff because there's a new shade or a new flavor. Those Summer Fridays lip balms, all of the colors are very similar. And because the colors are so sheer, you're not going to really notice the shade differentiation on your lips. The red shade is the biggest exception. But for all the other colors, you're not really going to notice anything, and they're going to perform the same or extremely similar on your lips. What you're buying is a slightly different scent. You don't need the newest thing because there's a new scent. A new shade in the blush is irrelevant if you already have more than you could finish in your lifetime. These kinds of videos really keep our eye on all the new stuff and wanting the new stuff because it's new. We're now going to watch a video specifically on the gift sets.
Sephora holiday gift sets that are worth your money. Their holiday favorites kits are always amazing. This one comes with 3 full-size products. You're getting Tower 28, Makeup by Mario, Sol de Janeiro. This one's definitely worth it. And I really love this lip set. For $54, you're getting 4 full-size products, and there's so many good brands in here.
We're just going to leave that there. We're going to talk about the 2 Sephora favorite sets. These are super favorite sets every year. They do sell out. That is how some of these things are pitched to you. Buy it now, even before the sale, before it sells out. And she is pitching you the sets. How she's pitching the set is exclusively on value. And you should, in my opinion, you should think about your budget before shopping the sale. But being budget conscious is not the same as pitching somebody a set's worth because of value. And that's not the only thing, in my opinion, that we should think about when we're thinking about, something worth my money. How she's speaking of value is you are getting full-size products, so that is good value. And then the overall price of the kit. And when we only discuss value, we can convince people to buy it because it's a great deal without thinking about all the other factors that I think should be factored into just about any purchase. There was no real discussion about the products themselves. What do you actually get in here? What are the colors? What are the swatches? Who might benefit from using these products? Are these kinds of products the best for dry skin? Or like the skin type, skin color? Do they factor in at all to these products? Yes. The lip set comes with 9 lip products, and the quantity of lip products is exactly why the set is pitched as a good deal. But y'all, when you have 9 lip products, when you have so many lip products, there's a high chance that you're not going to like some of them in color, texture, formula. On top of that, there's a bringing in of so many new things at once, and then also finishing all of those products. And this is the kind of product that can bloat what you have, bloat your lip collection because it's 9 items all at once. And then in a month or two, most especially if you also do more Black Friday makeup shopping, then all of a sudden the overwhelm kicks in. I have too much stuff. And then you may very well keep the newest stuff because it's the newest stuff and get rid of older things that you would never have gotten rid of if it wasn't for all of this influx of stuff. The process and effort it takes to finish up your stuff can be substantial, depending on the product category and how fast you move through something. For me, it takes me years to finish lip liners, where some people organically can finish one in a few months. I encourage you, I implore you to think about the life cycle of your makeup products at or before the time of purchase. Will you actually use this up? Could you see yourself using it up? And do you want to use it up? Do you think that you would want to go through the effort of using up your makeup products? And do you think that you'd be interested in taking the time it would take to finish up this product? I also think you need to consider, or you should consider, thinking about your own habits and preferences. Do these colors, do these textures and formulas, do they match your preferences? And if there are products in there that don't match your preferences, what do you plan to do with them? I understand that this was like a 60-second TikTok and we only looked at like 20 seconds of it. I get that there is only so much that somebody could say in a 60-second TikTok. I 100% get that. The thing is like the goal was to never help you think consciously about your makeup choices. The goal was to show you what's new out there and to help you get excited about all of the new stuff. This was not about helping you make a conscious choice. And if this is what helping somebody makes a conscious choice look like, this is just my reminder to you that a lot of the content that you see out there is not meant to help you think consciously or critically about your makeup purchases. And that is quite often up to you. And it can be somewhat difficult to do when you're excited about things, or perhaps it's the most difficult to do when you're excited about things or when you're consuming content that fans your flames of excitement. Seeing all the cool new gift sets can be so exciting and extremely tempting, and we can be sucked into this value for money and just get so hooked on that and get so excited about that, most especially when we're hearing all these people talk excitedly about these gift sets. We're like, oh my God, I want them too. They're so cute. You get so many products, great value for money. Why not buy them? And this excitement and hype that we're seeing in these videos can totally rub off on us. I am encouraging you though, before you make a purchase, or if you find yourself caught in excitement after watching some of these videos, I urge you to take a step back, to think about your collection and what you have, and also potentially, to take a pause from the content and to be, as we talked about in a previous video, to be your own stop sign. And sometimes having a little bit of a step back from that content can help us think a little bit more rationally or clearly about our own collections, what we already have, what we might actually use out of all the stuff that we're interested in, or what might be a really great fit. Morgan Turner made a video on that lip kit as well, so I just want to play a little bit of that for you.
If you need to stock up on new lippies, Precious Pout's gonna be for you. Let's look inside. $54, we have the Precious Pouts with a $152 value and a lot of lip products. You get 9 lippies, 4 of which are full-sized. Definitely for somebody who needs to up their lip collection.
I want to mention this because of the language that she uses in this video. You do not need to stock up on lipstick. Lipstick is not something you need to stock up on, and you also do not need to up your lip game by buying 9 lipsticks. This is language we hear all the time in the beauty community that I think it's possible to have internalized and to view this way as well, but you do not need to stock up on lipstick. Okay, we're gonna watch one more on these gift sets, and then we'll move on.
Sephora holiday gift sets that are worth the money. This Milk makeup set is one of the best deals at Sephora. You're getting 3 full-size blush and highlighter sticks for $40 when just one normally costs $24. This Gizu set includes 2 full-size products and 2 decently sized minis for $88. This is honestly a really good variety and a great way to try some of their best products. And I love this Tower 28 set for $20. You're getting 4 of their mini lip softies. This is currently the only way you can get minis of the lip softies, and this set is going to sell out.
This is another case of trying to sell folks with value. Like, I do appreciate mentioning the cost of some of these. With the milk blushes, you're trying to say you're getting basically 3 full size for the price of 1. I do understand somebody being like, oh my God, that's such a great deal. But I think what's more likely to happen is somebody going to say, I wanted to try these. Why not try them now? Because they're such a great value. Just say it for the last time. Blushes are something that takes forever to finish. If you do not need more blushes, the price of this set, irrelevant. Like this, I think, is a case where you might really need to be spending $0 instead of, what was this, like $44, right? We're spending money thinking that we're saving money, when in reality, we didn't need to be spending money at all. With the Gisou set, I don't actually know what's in there because she didn't say what was in there, just that there were some full size and some minis. I could see that there was a lip oil in there, but because I'm not super familiar with their offerings, I don't know what the other products are. So we're being pitched products without being told what they are, other than their hair products. And this applies to this set, but also the Sephora favorite set, because the Sephora favorite set is on the favorite, kind of best-selling favorite products. It is irrelevant how good something is or how much of a bestseller it is. Irrelevant if you do not need it. The fact that you get to try so many products from a brand, irrelevant if you don't need hair stuff. We must consider what we have first. I'm going to shut up about that now, and we're going to move on to another TikTok.
Sit down, get your notepad ready. We're talking about my Sephora sale recommendations and we have no time to waste. Let's go. The criteria for being in this list is that it's a holy grail product. I try a lot of products. I love a lot of things. They cannot all be holy grails. These are products that I have repurchased more than twice. I've repurchased them multiple times. They are staples in my routine, and I probably don't talk about them that much because they are staples in my routine. Or I've tried them recently and they've blown my mind, and I absolutely will be repurchasing for myself. So these are holy grail status products. I do want to be mindful of not promoting overconsumption. I want to be mindful of not promoting mindless buying. This is just to add context around the Sephora sale. So if you are planning to shop it or you're looking for inspiration, these are things for me that are like holy grail, creme de la creme. I pick them out of the bunch. The Pat McGrath glosses, specifically the shade New Venus, this is the most beautiful fall shade. These glosses are very luxe, they're high-end, they are $30, but with the discount, I think you get what you pay for. You're getting an extremely high quality lip gloss, and another undupable formula in my humble opinion, especially the shade Fussy and the shade Sweet Mouth. This is Sweet Mouth. It is incredible, such a good staple gloss. The Fenty glosses, if you have not tried them, very, very good. If you are in the market for one palette and one palette only, let it be this one. Honestly, any of the Mario palettes are great, but this is like the most practical, useful, functional palette ever. If you have not tried this, stop playing yourself and get this powder. I'm not gonna say too much. All I'm gonna say is, if you haven't tried it, again, stop playing yourself.
I have a lot to say about this TikTok, and I don't know if my opinions are controversial or not, but we're going to talk about it. The first thing is that she says that this video is going to be only comprised of things that are holy grail status, which includes stuff that she's tried recently and has blown her mind. In my opinion, something cannot be holy grail status if you have tried it recently. This might just be me. This is not fact or truth. This is just my opinion. But you can't call something holy grail. Literally, it's not just best of the best. Holy grail is like best of your life, best on the market, after trying it for just a little bit. No, ma'am. She also says that she doesn't want to promote overconsumption or mindless spending. I think her and I have a bit of a different opinion as to what promoting overconsumption is. In my opinion, this video is antithetical to that goal of not promoting overconsumption. I don't think one can say, sit down and take notes, get your notepad ready. In my opinion, a video that is intending to be inspiration for other people to shop is not the same as being a consciously minded video. I understand, I think, where she's coming from, where if she is sharing, number one, not too many things, then she's not encouraging people to buy too many things. And if what she is recommending are things that are her absolute favorites, then she's not promoting mindless spending. I think this is the connection that she's making, but I think that she misses the mark on promoting overconsumption. I appreciate that she is attempting to be mindful, which I think is more than what many other creators are doing or attempting to do. Like, I think she has attempted to build mindfulness into her recommendations, which is great and I think is worth saying. But that does not mean that your video is somehow not promoting overconsumption or mindless spending. Telling people to buy a blush because the formula is so good is not a mindful recommendation, because we're not actually getting people to buy a blush because they need a new blush. And typically when you need a new blush or you run out, it's a specific color. That formula will factor into that, but there's a color need there. So saying, try this formula, it's so good, go find the color later, that's not a mindful recommendation in my opinion. And telling people to use this video as inspiration or intending the video to be that way is not conscious consumption. It's not mindful consumption to get people to create a wish list from your video. To the blush example, perhaps be more clear, it is irrelevant how good that blush formula is if you don't need more blush. And I think that's the kind of overall point that this creator misses, in my opinion. It doesn't matter how good her recommendations are if people already have stuff at home that they need to use, or they have lots of stuff to finish. And framing this as inspiration isn't actually an acknowledgement of any of those things. You can't make a video, in my opinion, that is intending to influence other people to buy stuff and then also say that video is not promoting overconsumption. And how we talk about makeup and how we encourage people to shop matters so much, because we can influence other people through our own behaviors and through our own habits. Let's talk more about one of those videos right now. We're going to be watching a video on somebody asking for help in narrowing down her Sephora cart.
Here's what's in my cart for the Sephora sale part 2. I really need you guys' help with what not to buy and what to buy because I have almost $2,000 worth of products in my cart. Okay, the first thing is this Say mini blush set. I honestly mostly want this because of the limited edition color in it. It looks so pretty. The only thing is that I already have the 2 other colors in it, so I don't necessarily need them. It's a really cute set though, so I'm really tempted to buy. Next is this Make by Mario bronzer. I really like how you can use this as like bronzing drops and as bronzer. It looks like really natural and easy to use, so I've wanted it for a while now. Since I have so many bronzers, I just couldn't justify getting it. If you tried it, let me know if you think it's worth it. Next is another thing from Makeup by Mario. It's this blush and bronzer set. This is another bronzer that I've always wanted to try. I've always heard so many good things about it, but I've just never bought it. I do really like the Makeup by Mario blushes though, and I feel like this is just a cute set to get. Again, I don't know if it's necessarily worth the money or if I just want it because it's really cute looking. Next product is this Gizu hair perfume. This is another product that I've wanted for so long, so I feel like I should just buy it during the sale. I have no idea how it smells, but I've heard that it smells really good. I really like using hair products that smell really good because I feel like hair holds so much scent. The only thing is that I don't want to get it if it doesn't last for a long time, and obviously if it doesn't smell good. Next is this Fenty Beauty Salted Caramel Lip Mask. This just looks so cute for winter and like fall time. I feel like it's gonna smell so good because it's salted caramel. I do really like these lip masks, but I have like 3 or 4 of them. So again, another product that I don't need. Next, I was wanting to get either one of these Kaoli perfume sets. I love the Kaoli perfumes and I really want to smell more of them. This one is $100 though, and then this one's $28. But I feel like 4 perfumes for $100 is pretty good. This one also has the vanilla candy one that I want to try so bad. It seems like it would smell so. Makeup by Mario eyeshadow palette. This I'm pretty sure I am gonna buy because I don't really have any eyeshadow. I suck at eyeshadow, so I just never buy it and never even try to do it. I do want to get into doing more eyeshadow, and I've heard that this eyeshadow palette has like all the perfect colors that you would need for just like a simple eyeshadow look. Let me know if you guys think it's good or if there's another one that would be better and more worth the money.
I have so many thoughts on this video, and I want to connect it back to what I was previously saying about overconsumption. And I think a lot of people would view talking about themselves, like if I'm only talking about myself and I'm not encouraging people to buy things and I'm sharing, let's say, my cart with you, then I'm not promoting overconsumption. I think that's a fairly common belief out there. And this is one that I want to disagree on and kind of use this example or use this TikTok as an example to talk about why I disagree with that take, and also how somebody speaking about themselves can promote overconsumption. And with this video, she's speaking about all of the stuff that she wants, and she's verbalizing her thoughts. What this can do is promote ways of thinking, and habits as well, that promote or support overconsumption. Let me talk through some examples. So she wants the Say limited edition set because of the limited edition color, even though she already has the other 2 colors. She verbalizes that she already has too much bronzer, but is putting 2 into her cart. She speaks about a few sets, and I think that there is at the very least a level of self-awareness when she says, I don't know if I want this set because it's cute, like if I just think it's cute. So I appreciate that. She says that she wants to buy the Gisou hair perfume, and she views it as potentially a good purchase because she's wanted it for so long. So she views the longevity in which she has wanted it as proof of desire. You know, like wanting something for a long time means that it will be a good purchase and it'll be thoughtful because I've thought about it for a long time. However, she couples that with the fact that she's never smelt it and she has no idea what it smells like, and she doesn't know about the lasting power, and she also doesn't live close enough to a Sephora to smell it. So it would be a completely blind buy, and I wonder, like, what about this is actually appealing if you don't know any actual thing about the product? It is, in my opinion, hype that is kind of drawing her to this specific product because she doesn't know if it works, if it lasts, and how it smells. She wants the lip mask because it'll be cute for autumn. She has multiple perfumes from the Kayali brand, but she wants even more of these perfumes and thinks the set in which she can try the most would be the best purchase. Also, at the very end, she talks about eyeshadow, and she says that she sucks at eyeshadow and doesn't really own a lot of eyeshadow products and wants to get better at eyeshadow with this product. Like, she believes that she'll use it more, she'll get better at eyeshadow, you know, she'll use the eyeshadow more if she has this palette. Buying something will not inherently make you use the thing. What you need is the development of a habit, and buying something does not inherently mean that you will develop the habit of applying eyeshadow or getting good at eyeshadow. I've just highlighted a couple of examples, and all of these examples to me speak to how thinking about products and the way that we think about stuff really influences how we buy things. Because if we want to buy stuff that we already know that we have too much of, it's probably not going to be a good purchase and is probably going to be overconsumption. Buying hair products we don't know anything about, probably going to be overconsumption. Buying more of stuff we already have, probably overconsumption. And also, she says that she has $2,000 in her cart. What is your budget? I don't know what your budget is. Do you have a budget? Are you even going to use a budget? Is that going to factor into any of your choices? When she's talking to her audience, is it really just going to be product efficacy that's going to influence why you buy something? Like, if people tell her that the Makeup by Mario set is like, those products are really good, is she going to buy it because the products are really good despite already having so much bronzer? This is the perfect time to talk about credit card debt.
The Sephora sale is coming up, but you know what's not coming up? Credit card debt. Coming from an ex-shopping addict who would go to Sephora multiple times a week, max out her credit card, and spend money that she did not have, here's what you're not gonna do. I keep seeing on my For You page, here's what I'm getting for the Sephora sale, and it's a bunch of stuff in there that you do not need because it is so overpriced and the sale is literally 20% off max. It's not worth your money. You're getting like $6 off total. If I see one more person put this overpriced palette in their cart and in their haul, it's beautiful, yes. Hourglass, I have never tried Hourglass, so I don't know how good it is. But honestly, putting a $90 palette with 3 shades on the top and 3 shades on the bottom is ludicrous. Take it out of your cart. You do not need another lip product just because your company that you like released a new shade. I was a victim of this. I have probably 7 of the Tarte Maracuja things. They're not worth the $24. They're not. Before you stock up on more makeup just because Sephora is having a sale, look at your stock already. You have enough. You absolutely do not need a $60. You do not need an expensive bronzer. I was getting products because I liked the packaging and I thought it was aesthetic. I thought it was cute. This is not worth your money. Get the drugstore one. You also don't need an expensive blush. Coming from an ex-shopping addict who would buy every new shade and every new brand that was coming out, I was first in line in Sephora. I was literally running in to get the new shades. You do not need an expensive blush. You can get a drugstore one. Literally, this drugstore NYX one does better than all of the 3 that I just showed. Once again, you don't need multiples of the Rare Beauty blush. If you already have one, this will last you probably 17 years because it is so large and has so much product. I have actually more colors away stashed. This is not even half of it. Do not buy it. Take it out of your cart. Do not buy the Laneige lip mask just because there's a new flavor and a new shade coming out. You don't need it. It doesn't do anything. It just sits on your lips. And once again, it's another lip product. If you're gonna splurge, I would highly recommend the Lawless one, the Forget the Filler Lip Plumping Overnight Mask. I think that this one is a much better buy if you're gonna splurge and spend $22 on something. You're not gonna get the Laneige one because it's just another scent, another flavor. Put that one back, put something in your cart that actually plumps your lips and does something to them. Do not purchase something just because it is designer. Just because you're getting something because you like the packaging and you think it's designer and you think it's cool, there is definitely a dupe for it. You can save your money. This is literally a color that can be replicated in a NYX formula or something that you can find in the corners of Ulta. I'm not knocking the Sephora sale. I literally used to spend so much money and I'm starting to notice myself fall into that pattern again and I'm trying to stop it. I've been very good. I have not bought a single thing from Sephora that I do not need. Use the Sephora sale to your advantage. Use it to get things that you use and you absolutely need. Do not get it to spend money on things just because it's new and you see people influencing you to buy it in their hauls. Rethink your financial decision, get makeup that you actually need, and use the Sephora sale. It's barely even a sale. It's not even that much money off.
I like a lot of this. I don't like everything, which we'll talk about, but I like a lot of this. And I think that like I would rather this video get all the views than some of the other videos that are intending to influence you to buy stuff. Overall, like her message is that certain products aren't worth the money and that quite often you could find the dupe for stuff. That like you could find a lot of what is available from Sephora at the drugstore. That's like a really big part of her message. And I think that some people are missing a bit of the point because of how strongly the dupes were referenced in her video. And my takeaway from this video, or perhaps what I'm choosing to take away from this video, is that number one, the Sephora sale is not that much of a sale. So like we're freaking out about what. Number two is that so often we're influenced to buy new stuff because of packaging or because of brand loyalty or like hype or excitement. What she says about the Laneige lip mask are so real. People freak out about those because there's a new flavor out there. We can say the same thing for Summer Fridays. You don't need more of it because there's all of a sudden a new flavor. Brand packaging or something being designer does not inherently speak to product efficacy, that you are getting a better product because it is designer. And as I was mentioning, I do think some of her messaging is lost because she is saying specific things are not worth the money and are overpriced. She is totally right. But I think some people who like specific products are kind of clapping back at that. I saw so many people who were like, actually, the Hourglass palette is so good. Somebody also said that perfumes are 20% off during the sale and brushes are 30% off during the sale. So that's a great, like, that's worth it. Like, those are great discounts, was what she's saying. I'll put the comments on the screen for both. Also, people are saying go to the brand websites. You get 25, 30, 40% off on the brand websites. The Hourglass palette. Irrelevant how nice of a formula it is. Irrelevant if you like all of the shades. Irrelevant if it is beautiful, if you cannot afford it. I do not care how good the Hourglass palette is. I don't care how nice of a formula the Valentino blush is. I don't care if the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip products are amazing, best on the planet. I don't care because your bank account doesn't care and your credit card company doesn't care how nice they are if you can't afford it. Nothing in the Sephora sale is worth debt. Nothing. No, you cannot convince me that anything in the Sephora sale is going to be worth the money if you are incurring debt to pay for it. We need more people out here promoting financial responsibility and being responsible with your money. Because I'm going off on a bit of a side tangent here. Even if you have money and even if you are not in debt, like buying these things is not going to put you in debt, that purchase still might not be the most financially responsible thing you can do because there are other things that your money could be going towards that are more meaningful and impactful to you. Here's sometimes how I think about it. Like sometimes if I'm caught up in the throes of wanting things, one of the questions that helps me decide is, would I rather have $500 at the Sephora sale? Let's say that's what's in my cart, $500. Or would I rather put that $500 towards something else? To repaying my student loans, to $500 towards my mortgage, or $500 to saving up for a house, or Let's say I'm saving up for a new computer. $500 towards my computer savings little plan. $500 could be a little vacation somewhere. Couple nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't have to necessarily be like a 1-for-1 paying down debt or saving stuff. It's okay to spend your money. Would you rather have that money that you have in your Sephora cart, or would you rather have the cash, the cold, hard cash? I'm going to leave that there. Okay, we're going to watch one more. We're just going to watch a little bit.
Here is everything I think you should buy from the upcoming Sephora savings event. Starting strong, we have the Sephora collection Reveal the Real 12-hour soft radiant skin tint. Do not sleep on Sephora collection. Probably everybody and their mother has tried this at this point, but if you haven't, the Refi Niacinamide Glow Primer, 10 out of 10. Of all the foundations I tried, the Patrick Ta one is one of my favorites. Like, out of all of the ones I've tried recently of the new launches, Patrick Ta is up there. So if you've been looking to try this, I would definitely recommend.
A lot of Sephora recommendation videos look like this and sound like this. My question to you is, what is her skin type? Do you know? Does she have dry skin? Does she have oily skin? Does she have textured skin? Does she have combination skin? What does she look for in a foundation? Does she like high coverage foundations? Does she like low coverage foundations? What do you like in a foundation? What skin type do you have? That is my point. We know nothing about her skin type, or her preferences, and she does not know about yours. These foundations could be the best on the market, but irrelevant to you if you don't have the same skin type as her, or you don't like low coverage foundations, or you don't like high coverage foundations. I don't know a ton about the foundations that she's recommending. She is just letting her love of it be like, speak for itself, because she loves it so much, because a person loves it so much, that means you should buy it. Well, maybe this is going to make more sense to her viewers, like people who regularly watch her channel. They might know what kind of skin type she has and what her preferences are and what she looks for and stuff. But so much of TikTok is not you getting recommendations from people that you know. You get some of it. This got recommended to me. I got this video recommended to me organically from the algorithm. And as well, somebody out there loving it, thinking it's the best thing ever, should not be enough context for you to make a purchase. You need so much more information than that. Or at least I think that we should be using more information than that to ground our purchasing choices. And I think some of these creators are coming at it. I don't necessarily want to speak for her specifically. We'll talk generally. Are coming at it like, buy these things simply because I recommend it. No, ma'am. We need more information from you before making a purchase. And the fact that so many of these videos come with so little information means that we are getting so little role modeling of critical thinking, or people role modeling financial health. You're not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're not going to let strangers on the internet convince us we need stuff we don't, or convince us to buy things that we don't need or that we have little information on. I know that you and we can do better, 100%. Maybe you've been alerted to some products in these videos. Maybe you are on the market for a foundation. If that is you and you do want to use a Sephora sale to buy something that you already need, I'm not mad about it. I'm not. If I could impart some closing advice, if you would like to make purchases during the Sephora sale, have budget and be informed. Think about how you use products. Think about what you already have, and think about if you believe you could use that thing to completion. Those are just a few pieces of criteria. They might not match you totally, but ultimately thinking about your own life and your own real use cases, your own real application to your life, is what so many of us need, and what these are things that end up being good purchases or have a higher chance of being a good purchase. I'm going to end it there. We're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I would love to have you around again. Love it for you to subscribe to catch more content like this.